Tricia Morris here from Club Scrap to talk about April's Botanicals Greetings to Go kit. Now, what you want to do when you want to assemble your cards is begin by printing out the assembly instructions. It's a 4-page document, and you don't necessarily need to print it, of course. You can just look at it on your iPad or computer screen or even your phone. But, you know, some very basic assembly guidelines. What I want to focus on today is the tent card, which has a little bit of a unique assembly structure, and I thought it would just be easier to show you how to do it rather than tell you how to do it. So what we're going to do is take our score board, and these are the components that are part of the tent card. You've got a long narrow lilac piece, and then another piece the same width but a different length, and then the two smaller base mats. And I'm using my score pal here and a bone folder. Now the long narrow piece will be scored 3 times. First one at just a 1/2 inch, and then at 6 inches, and then at 11.5. So that's 1/2, 6, 11.5. And those dimensions are written right in your instructions. Now on the narrow piece, if you really want to get particular here, what you could do, it gets scored at 2, 4, and 6 inches. But it gets folded like an accordion. So one way to do that is to score at 2 and 6, and then flip it over and score at 4. And that way your score, the bump of the score will be on the correct side of the fold, I mean, if you care. And the next thing we're going to do is just make some very simple folds. So this I would call the like the platform or the tent base. Bump of the score goes on the inside of the fold, and I'm just going to accordion fold this piece. Okay, so it will sit on the tabletop like in an M shape like this. Now, the other piece, I scored everything in the same direction, and that's because the folds all happen in the same direction. I'll just fold, and then it kind of looks like maybe in a restaurant. Sometimes they have those little table tents that they put in there. So it sits like this, but this helps stabilize the piece. So now we have to adhere these two pieces together to make the actual card base. I'll just come in with my ATG. You could use bookbinding glue, you could use Easy Runner, and I'll just put adhesive on this tab. My adhesive is a little lighter than my tab. And then I'll just align the free edge of my tent base with my card. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so now it's connected kind of end to end. And I still have this other little flap here. So this side of the tent flap will get attached to the valley fold in my base. So now that I know where the adhesive will go, I'll just add a little to the little flap here. And bring it back down into this base area, or the valley fold of my base. Like so. Now, what may happen here is because the top fold is in the center, sometimes when I close it, you see how it just buckles just ever so slightly. It's because of the paper, the way it's being utilized in these spaces. So what you can do is just sort of flatten it out and correct that with the bone folder, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. Now, the decorative element of the card fits right onto the front of that tent base. Now let me show you the finished Greetings to Go cards that we've put together when incorporated with the cut-aparts in the collection. So here's one, just some ribbons attached, but now you can see the addition of a green cut-apart panel that sort of nests around this on the front, and then when I aligned it with the second panel in the back that says "Have a great day." So when the card lays perfectly flat, you can see how those panels nest within one another in a perfect way. And then when the card is received and it's set up on the tabletop, it's going to have a really nice look to it like this. Here's another one. This one says "Thanks" on the front. When you open it, "You are the best." And once again, it will stand up on its own in a very nice easy way. So the recipient doesn't need like a batch of instructions on how to use your tent card. You are the best. Celebrate. And so we have the innies and outies. And the card, this is as far as the card will really open. It just will always stay in the tent. So you can open it, you can write your little greeting, but then when the recipient gets it, it'll just sit nicely on the tabletop. So those are the 4 tent cards. Greetings to Go will also finish out with some 5x7s. Congratulations, happy birthday, happy anniversary. I love the little sequins and brads that we've included. And then my favorite greeting of all, what's a birthday card without money inside? And of course, we've made the cut apart for the inside that reads this one. We also have a rubber stamp of that, so be sure to pick that up if you like the expression. And then on the smaller cards, I've actually run this panel through my embossing machine and creates a cute little background, but that's, of course, optional. I miss you. We had some really beautiful ribbons included this month. And then one final little Dream Big card. So I hope you enjoy the Greetings to Go kit. And if you're not already a member, be sure to subscribe. See you next time.